Video blog number 20, Inner Child Healing. Have you struggled with attracting and maintaining healthy relationships? Have you experienced childhood trauma? Does your inner child need healing? Your inner child is a big part of your life. It is that innocent child that lives within your psyche. It is curious, playful, and embodies pure innocence. Your inner child can inspire you. They are precious, and they love you unconditionally. It is likely that your parents did the best they could in their parenting based on their level of knowledge and education, personal trauma, and financial, emotional, mental, and physical resources. There are no perfect parents or ideal childhoods. Everyone is carrying around baggage from when they were a child. Here are some common ways that inner child wounds are created. You were scolded for speaking up and sharing your views. You were told that your ideas were not acceptable. You were rejected for being different. You were isolated and had limited interactions with others. You were bullied by your family. You were criticized for your actions and behavior. You were not allowed to play or be spontaneous. You were disciplined for showing your emotions. You were shamed for your physical appearance. You were emotionally, mentally, physically abused on a regular basis. You were denied any physical affection. Sometimes inner child wounds are ancestral. Your parents and or grandparents had similar experiences during their childhood. There are several ways you may have been made to feel unloved or unsafe. Some of these include emotional, mental, or physical neglect. Emotional neglect. This is created in environments that do not allow children to have healthy emotional reactions to their experiences. In these situations, a child's emotional needs have not yet been adequately met. This can cause low self-esteem. They may have repressed their emotions and not been able to express them in a healthy manner. They may attract relationships that involve emotional drama. Mental neglect. Parents who have neglected to listen and nurture the minds of their children cause mental neglect. They may have been more focused on their own personal needs. The children were ignored or rejected on a consistent basis. They develop low self-esteem and struggle with learning healthy communication skills and respect for others. They may attract relationships that are mentally abusive and destructive. Physical neglect. The child may not have been given a safe and nourishing environment. They may have lacked the basics of food, clothing, and shelter. These children could have experienced physical abuse that created fear and uncertainty in their lives. This experience can create physical neglect and abuse of oneself, including attracting abusive relationships. There may be eating disorders or issues with self-harm. These children may struggle with coping addictions throughout their lives. This neglect in your childhood creates inner child wounds. Some individuals may bury these wounds deep within and be unaware of how these wounds directly impact their current relationships. So inner child wounds include guilt, abandonment, trust, and neglect. Guilt wound, these individuals attract partners that make them feel guilty. They manipulate their partners in relationships. The wounded individual tends not to ask for help. These individuals may not have been able to ask for things as a child. They want to take care of everyone else in their life instead of focusing on their own needs. The abandonment wound. These individuals attract partners that are unavailable. They will seek individuals unable to fully commit to a relationship. They can be dependent on everyone and are afraid to be alone. They hold on too tight to the relationship, which manifests as being clingy or needy. These individuals have the perception that their parents or caregivers abandon them. The trust betrayal wound. These individuals attract partners that they are unable to trust. They are insecure and lack confidence in themselves. It's difficult for them to trust anyone in their life. They do not feel safe to be themselves in their relationships. Their parents were not able to keep their promises and were inconsistent in their parenting. These individuals have a strong need to control their relationships. The neglect wound. This individuals attract partners that do not appreciate them or are unable to truly see them. These individuals will repress their emotions. They are easy to anger. Their parents did not take time to nurture their relationships, so they feel unseen, unheard. Michael Jackson says it perfectly in the song Childhood. Before you judge me, try hard to love me. Look within your heart and then ask, have you seen my childhood? People say I'm strange that way because I love such elemental things. It's been my faith to compensate for the childhood I've never known. Inner child healing needs to include reconnection, release, realignment. Reconnection means become aware of the needs of your inner child. What does the innocent and playful child within need? Does your child need to be in nature? Does your child need to be creative? Does your child need to have more play? Does your child need to be nurtured and loved? Does your child need to be seen or heard? Commit to the needs of your inner child. There are many ways that you can heal the little soul within you. Examples, I have a stuffed Pooh Bear on my couch in the living room that I like to love on my bear as I watch TV in the evening. This allows me an opportunity to nurture my inner child. I have a basket of adult coloring books and I like to color in these books after a stressful day. This allows me to process the energies of the day by being creative. What commitments can you do to reconnect to your inner child? Next, release. Become aware of the emotional triggers that surface in relationships connected to your inner child wounds and insecurity. When was the wound created? What is the root of the wound? What was the reaction based on an inner fear? Take some time for reflection. This is a good opportunity to journal and to dig into the emotions that have presented themselves. Can you write a letter to your inner child? Can you write a letter to your parents? Can you work with your inner child in meditation? Can you schedule some sessions with a healing practitioner? I recommend cord cuttings for clients that need inner child healing. Find out more about cord cuttings with a link within the article. Our next approach is realignment. As you connect and release your inner child wounds, create a regular practice of committing time with your inner child. These can be inner child activities like taking a dance class, participating in a craft group or class, attending a painting party or class, going to a psychic tea party at Discover Your Spiritual Gifts, spending the day with family or friends, or joining a magical fairy play shop at Discover Your Spiritual Gifts. Take time to reconnect, release, realign with your inner child to have healthy relationships within your life.